Do you ever wonder why some people effortlessly connect with others, while others struggle to build even basic trust? Here's a hint. It's not luck, it's strategy. Today, I'm sharing the secrets to building unshakable trust and meaningful relationships that can elevate every aspect of your life, from your career to your personal connections. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to gain trust, but also how to keep it, no matter what. Let's dive in. You've been invited to pitch an idea to a room full of investors. You've got the stats, the strategy, the pitch down to a T. But as you scan the room, you notice blank stares and folded arms. What's missing? Trust. Trust isn't just a nice to have. It's the foundation of every great relationship, be it in business, friendships, or family. Without it, even the best ideas fall flat. Imagine going through life where no one trusts you. Not your boss, your partner, or even yourself. That's a lonely and limiting existence. But the good news? Trust can be built deliberately. And it starts with understanding one simple truth. Trust begins with you. And no, building trust isn't about bribing your coworkers with free coffee. Although, if it works, maybe don't knock it. So how do you start building trust? Let's break it down into actionable step. Point 1. Be reliable. Do what you say you'll do. Reliability is the cornerstone of trust. People don't trust words, they trust actions. If you say you'll meet someone at 10 a.m., don't show up at 10:05. Here's the magic. Every time you keep a promise, even a small one, you're making a deposit in the trust bank. Over time, those deposits compound, like financial investments, but for your relationships. Of course, if you're promising to binge watch an entire Netflix series together, just make sure you're prepared for the marathon. But reliability alone isn't enough. What happens when things go wrong? 2. Own your mistakes and be transparent. Nobody's perfect, and that's okay. What matters is how you handle mistakes. When you mess up, acknowledge it, apologize sincerely, and make it right. Failing to own your mistakes can unravel years of trust in minutes. Think about it. How do you feel when someone lies to cover up their blunder? It stings, doesn't it? On the flip side, admitting faults shows character. It makes people trust you more because they know you're authentic. Unless, of course, your mistake involves eating someone else's leftover pizza, in which case, good luck earning that trust back. But transparency isn't just about admitting mistakes, it's about open communication too. Point 3. Listen more than you speak. When you actively listen, you're signaling that the other person matters. Put your phone down, make eye contact, and really hear what they're saying. If you're too busy thinking about what to say next, you're missing valuable cues. And people can tell when you're not paying attention. But when you truly listen, you create a connection so deep that it can transform even the most casual relationship into something meaningful. Think of it this way. If your ears were employees, would they get a glowing performance review or be fired for lack of effort? Now that you've learned to listen, let's talk about the subtle art of giving. 4. Give without expecting anything in return. Generosity builds trust. Offer help, share your knowledge, or lend a hand when someone needs it. Not because you expect a favor back, but because it's the right thing to do. People remember those who show up for them, especially when there's nothing to gain. But beware, if your generosity feels transactional, it can backfire and erode trust instead. So maybe don't hand someone your business card with, "I expect a referral by Friday" written on the back. Generosity is powerful, but trust also requires setting boundaries. Point 5. Set boundaries and respect others' limits. Healthy boundaries show respect for yourself and others. It's not about saying yes to everything, but about knowing when to say no gracefully. Without boundaries, relationships can become one-sided or even toxic, which is the fastest way to break trust. When you set clear boundaries, people know where you stand, and that consistency builds trust like nothing else. Think of boundaries like Wi-Fi passwords. They keep unwanted users out and ensure the connection stays strong. Now that you know how to build trust, let's talk about how to maintain it when things get tough. Point 6. Be empathetic. Put yourself in their shoes. Empathy is one of the most underrated but powerful tools for building trust. When you genuinely try to understand someone else's perspective, even if you don't agree, it shows you care about their feelings and experiences. Without empathy, even the strongest relationships can feel shallow and transactional. You risk alienating people who might otherwise be your biggest supporters. But when you demonstrate empathy, you create a safe space where people feel valued and understood. That's where trust thrives. Think of empathy like learning a new dance. You might step on a few toes at first, but with practice, it becomes a beautiful way to connect. Being empathetic opens the door to deeper connections, but there's one more critical element that can't be overlooked. Point 7. Be consistent. Build trust over time. Trust isn't built overnight. It's the result of consistent actions over weeks, months, and even years. People trust those who show up the same way every time, especially during tough moments. If you're inconsistent, people start to doubt you. One day you're dependable, the next you're a wild card. That uncertainty can destroy trust faster than anything else. Consistency, on the other hand, creates a foundation so solid that people feel they can rely on you no matter what life throws their way. Basically, think of yourself as their favorite coffee order. Predictable, comforting, and exactly what they need every time. Now that we've covered the core principles of building trust, let's discuss how to apply them in challenging situations. Building trust isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous process. By being reliable, transparent, a good listener, generous, and setting boundaries, you'll create relationships that stand the test of time. But this is just the beginning. If you want to take these strategies even further and learn how to build mental toughness and resilience, 2 traits that supercharge trust and relationships, check out my video, Mindset Shifts You Need to Succeed in a Changing World. Click here to watch it now, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you build the life you deserve. Trust me, you won't regret it.